Bandwidth for all shows on the Aussie Tech Heads network is supplied by Aussie Tech Heads Web Hosting. For a fast, affordable and reliable Australian server with fantastic support, contact Aussie Tech Heads Web Hosting at aussietechheads.com.au. Aussie Tech Heads, Australia's best hosting service.
Something 15.
Apparently you're not.
The big number.
415. How are you all this week? We've got a big show for you this week. Got heaps of stories, and we've also got we've got the return of a host, of a previous host, and we'll talk to him soon. But look, let's just bring everyone in and see who's here tonight. So I think if you're on the video, you're going to get a strange view tonight. You're going to see everyone at the same time. How good will that be, eh? You won't know where to look. But if you're on audio, just keep listening. You'll hear in the same spot.
Need one of those widescreen long phones to fit us on. Maybe a 6 Plus or something.
Oh, dear. I don't know who's got one of those. Hang on a minute. Oh, there's one.
All right. Well, let's just introduce them all at once. And here they go. We've got Warlock, Eric,
Hi.
Will, and Shane.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey.
Evening.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Good stuff. Now, look, before we start the show, I just wanted to touch on the very sad news that came through today, because we record the show on the Thursday, the 27th of November. Today we learnt of the tragic death of Philip Hughes, which was a terrible tragedy after just being hit in the head by a cricket ball. It was an event that has rocked the cricketing world in Australia as a whole, really. Like, everyone's been affected by this. It was a massive tragedy. It knocked me for a six. So it was just a massive tragedy. I just wanted to say that our thoughts are with him, his family and his friends. Rest in peace, Philip, and forever 63 not out. So it's
Well
so
done, mate.
bad news. Yeah. All right. So if we can move on to the rest of the show now, let's try and get back into the normal swing of things. All right. Anyone else want to comment there, or are we just moving straight in?
Sounds good to me.
All right, where are we going to start this week? Look, there's heaps of stories. Look, let's start with an email. I got an email. Now, this comes from another one of our friends down in Nowra, Marcus. Now, that's down Milo. You might know Marcus Milo. Marcus might know
Small
Milo.
town, yeah.
Now, apparently, Marcus, he contacted me through the week. He pays $150 a month for ADSL with Telstra.
What?
Yeah, for
WTF?
to get the
What's he get for that?
Well, he gets 150 to 850k down.
What?
Yes, 150. So a Telstra technician moved in a few months ago. I don't know what that means, but sometimes we can't log into Facebook as download speeds are too slow. We have to go to our mobiles on 3G 10 times faster. When he is out of everything works fine. Not your blah, 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 blah. So it keeps going on. That, now when they're at home. So now when they are home on a speed test, I get 0.006 meg down. Slower than dial-up.
It sounds like Milo. You sure it wasn't him?
Yeah.
I think he's on a bundle, which is 500 gig limit, and then plus phone rental with no same bundle I'm on and you're on, effectively, Glenn.
Yes, probably.
I think that's the one he's on, because I'm on that $150, but he's supposed to get faster than that for his speed, obviously.
But he can't, because Milo's got the same
So
problem.
whoever set that up hasn't removed codes or something from his line, or he's running off a rim.
Narrow though, because Milo's forever getting. If he gets like 200k down, it's a good day.
Yeah, but he's about 7Ks from the exchange, which is the problem with everyone there. There must be like one exchange.
He should be getting about 3. He should be getting about 3 down at 5Ks.
Yeah, I know. But I think the exchange is either overloaded or just so old tech that it just can't.
Yeah, so it can't handle it. And the wires too, the copper wires on the street might be old.
Old, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, sometimes satellite may be a benefit speed-wise, but then you got all the other problems that come with satellite as well, not including the cost.
The cost is hideous.
But I mean, Telstra is just insanely expensive. Like, I'm with Optus, and I'm only paying $89 a month for unlimited phone, unlimited internet on cable. So
You paying unlimited on? Are you getting unlimited?
Yeah.
Are you really?
That's
Yep.
all right. Unlimited cable. That's
It
good.
is. I think they've just retroactively changed it. It's 2 terabyte now, but it might as well be.
Have you been grandfathered or something? Have you, Will?
No. I
Is you that
got
old?
in on a
You that old?
just before it changed over, but I think it's the 2 terabyte plan now. But still, 2 terabytes
Oh,
on
God.
the high speed with the speed pack on cable with unlimited home phone.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
the bundle. Okay, you got the
Yeah,
bundle.
it's $89.
Now let's and Marcus just goes on to say he enjoys the podcast and it's his number one. He goes, I enjoy the podcast and this is why you guys are my first choice. So good on you, Marcus. Thumbs up to you. Now look, we're going to move on from the emails and have a quick chat to Shane because he's been away. I don't know where he's been. He's been away. He's moved house 5 times and all this sort of stuff. So what's been going on, Shane? What have you been doing? Where have you been?
Well, just the highlights that we've finally moved. The previous house was on the market for the best part of 4.5 months. 4 months with one agent and about a week with another agent. So yeah, that happened a couple of weeks ago. So we're still kind of unpacking and all that kind of stuff. What else has happened in the way of highlights? In between jobs again. Although hopefully that'll get sorted in the next week or two. I just went for an interview today. I didn't get dressed up just for you guys. I actually had a job interview today.
Oh, come on.
I thought you got into your pajamas, mate.
Yeah, he's going,
He's
he's going for a job at Sleepy Wonderland or
He's
whatever.
going to sleep at 40 Winks.
That's right. That's right.
what else has happened?
Not with that Coke in his hand. Now caffeine will keep him awake.
While we're talking about Telstra dramas, Telstra could not have stuffed up my move any more than they tried. I was on a bundle that doesn't. From the gist of it, I was on a bundle that doesn't exist anymore. So
It does their head in, mate. I think I was on the same deal. It does their head.
So they unbundled me at some point, and
Yes.
they also separated. They put my whole order on hold because the ADSL was being delayed. So rather than just delay the ADSL part and give me a phone, they put the whole thing on hold. So I mean, luckily my background was Telstra, so I kind of knew the right things to say to get things moved along a bit quicker. I ended up getting a phone pretty much straight away, and instead of a 3-month wait, I got ADSL connected about a week later. But I found out today that because this bundle doesn't exist anymore, they basically put me on something equivalent, but it doesn't look like it included the HD channels for Foxtel. So I lost them today, and
Oh, my God.
that ended up getting
shocking.
sorted.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Glenn
hopeless.
knows all about my dramas. I won't go through that again.
But the thing is, like, Telstra changes their plans every day, and then
Their systems can't cope.
yeah, it's
So if
too
you're a
much.
grandfathered plan or an old plan and you move house, they go, oh dear, what do we do? It's like a car can't go from 2nd to 3rd gear. What's going on?
No, they don't. They go, oh dear, what do we do now?
Oh my
Have you heard their latest ad for the NBN? It's only $99 a month for what was it? I can't remember. What it was some ridiculous amount, like 2 gigabytes or something of data. No, 200 gigabytes of
2
data
gigabytes?
on the new NBN plan for like $89 a month.
Really?
Yeah. And yet we're with TPG at work, and I just rang them today to get a quote just out of curiosity because the NBN boxes have just been put on the wall, and it's $49 a month for unlimited.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all right.
See, with TPG, I could get them. I could ring them up, and they can put fibre in my house. So it's a standard 20 up, 20 down,
Yeah.
or 10 up, 10 down. If I'm willing to pay $4,000, they can put fibre in my house.
Wow.
Yeah, well, we got the NBN node. The guy next to us, I posted a photo on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. Our neighbours, like at work, they're a funeral director, so they've got funeral parlour, so they've got 3 of the warehouses that are there. They technically own 3 of the warehouses. So out the front of their block, they've got 3 NBN boxes on the front of their building.
Oh, wow.
So it's great. So that they've got actually 3 NBN connections that they use.
Will,
Treat.
That's
That's not fair. I haven't even got one. They've got 3. That
I
sucks.
know, it's rude.
It's still dead slow.
$100 for 10 gig at Telstra NBN.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That's
Yeah.
just rude.
But the problem is, people will do it because they go, "Oh, it's Telstra. They must be good."
You know why? Because you get Foxtel included in that.
Well, there's $10 a month. What else you got?
No, 25.
No, Foxtel at the moment is $10 a
if-
month for 40 channels.
If you go to 500 gigs, right? Because I've got Foxtel and the bundle, right? I'm paying 100 and something for Foxtel, and 150 for the Telstra Thingo, right? This is actually cheaper if I went on this one, because on this one it's 170. So I would save if I went on the Platinum. No, I wouldn't, because I'm on the Platinum plan with Telstra, so it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
No
But don't
different.
forget, Telstra, they're doing a Foxtel deal at the moment where it's $10 or $15 a month for 40 channels for 12 months.
Yeah,
Is
but
it that low?
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
My
they-
mate just got
I
it.
thought it was only 20. I thought it was $25.
No, you can screw him down. He's paying 15, I think, now.
they need to do something.
for the basic channel.
Stan's coming in. He's going to kill everything.
Stan's going to boot him up the butt.
Stan's the man.
We all love Stan. When does he start anyway? Is he starting soon? Who knows?
Oh, stop. Like, really?
Around about the
He's
same
got a,
time.
uh,
as
Twitter
Susan's
account.
starting.
I bet you that website's still there on when you go to archive.org in about 10 years.
Probably will be too. Now, all right, let's move on from internet woes because we've all got them. Don't you worry about that. We've
You can
all-
register for your free trial of Stan right now.
Oh,
Oh,
free
really?
trial.
I'm going to go to Stan. Go on, keep
Go
talking.
on.
Glenn.
Okay. Now I'm going to move into some stories, believe it or not. Look, this week, Australian mix of stories this week, a bit of Aussie stories, and just stories pretty much that I just know you'd be interested in. You know, this is what's come across my desk this week. Intel promises 10 terabyte SSDs within 2 years. Now
Thank
that's
you.
something.
That,
Yeah, they're going to be 50 centimeters thick, but you know they're still going to do it. Now, Intel claims 3D. I'm just joking, obviously. Intel claims 3D NAND memory will help it deliver SSDs with a massive 10 terabytes of storage within the next 2 years. So everyone knows. And guess what? I'm going to buy a laptop.
oh, you
And-
finally,
Yes.
Is
finally
it a
found
detachable one?
No, it's a flip flop one. That's
So
going
you're buying a pair of thongs.
And you know when you're talking
Not those
laptops
kind of-
and storage, storage, and storage
You're
space.
going to have a USB port in your thongs. That's it. There you go.
You could go on from there, I'm sure. Now, the reason why I brought this, the reason why I brought this up in mid-story was because I know of the SSD. You know, you jump from 128 gig drive to 256 gig drive in your little laptops because everything's so light these days. Because I was pondering, do I get 128 gig or do I go to the 256 gig or do I go to the 512 gig? I'm pondering all over the place. But anyway, so it was good to
Clean
see.
up after yourself.
Yeah, so I'll use the thong. So it was good to know that the SSDs are coming out in 10 terabytes. So in the future, the next laptop could have a 10 terabyte SSD in it. Perfect.
Well, hang on. Why don't you wait?
For 2
Don't
years.
fight- yeah. why don't
He's
you-
already been waiting
Yeah,
a long time. Does it have a backlit keyboard, Glenn?
It does,
The
Jason.
the Acer I've got, the Acer I've got sitting beside me, I'm looking at now. It's got a 1.5 terabyte SSD in it. So
Now, do you know what one? Now, just let me quickly finish this story. So, Intel currently offers their biggest SSD is 2 terabytes, and that's used for data centers. They're too expensive for you and me. They cost around about $5,500. Whew, out of control. Samsung offers a terabyte SSD for more like people like us, which costs a more reasonable $600. Not too bad,
Yep.
I suppose. But anyway, so it's more so anyway, the laptop I'm going to get a Yoga 2 Pro. And chat room, Osmoz Sid, you are correct, a Yoga.
Yoga, is that
Two.
Lenovo?
Yes.
Right.
And I'll
Yoga 2.
Yoga,
Yoga 3.
no, Yoga 2 Pro. Now, the reason I didn't do the Yoga 3 was the Yoga 3 has the Intel M chip in it, which is,
Yes, you don't want that.
although it is 2 hours extra battery life, it is slower than the i7.
Oh,
So-
no, you don't want that.
No, I didn't want that, so I was sacrificing a couple of hours of battery life. Everyone
So what
seems
colour? What colour are you getting? Orange? Something gay?
Do you know that orange one is probably the most popular one? Can you believe that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, no, I didn't believe it either. I said to the guy on the phone, I said, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah." I went, "Well, there you go, eh?" But look, I'd like to get like a silver or a grey. I don't know about orange.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
But my old laptop, it's so old, it hasn't even got a camera in it. That's how
It's
old
the
it is.
cheapest one.
Well, it wasn't at the time.
The orange one.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no. Silver i7 and orange i7's the same.
Yeah, so Lenovo Yoga 2 Pro, can't wait. And you might see Poodle Antics, who is PA, we affectionately know him, he comes in the chat room. He's ordered one today. We're on top of it. So we should have some things to talk about the Lenovo next week, if they come. So how good's that? How exciting. All right. Who's chatting in there? Little Skypes.
Well, Locke's just saying he's had to go. He'll catch up with us later.
Oh, right, like later this episode?
Next week.
Oh, right. Well, can he?
Yep.
Can someone just clock him out of the Skype? Oh,
He'll time out, yeah.
Cool. Now,
now
we've
tell
got
me, Glenn, are
videos
you buying
back.
it online or somewhere else?
Well, that is the thing. Now, I can buy it in eBay for probably about $300 cheaper than off the website.
Yes, but be
Lenovo.
careful where they're getting it from. They probably bring that in from Hong Kong, mate.
Well, they do say it's got a Australian warranty, which
Yeah, and the thing is, under Australian consumer law, it doesn't matter if the product's bought in from overseas or not. The warranty still has to be honoured. So
Yeah, look, if the seller is the seller in Australia, and that's fine if he's in Australia, but if you're ordering it from an eBay seller in Hong Kong, you might be a little bit.
no, well, he is in Australia. The item's in Australia. So, look, I'm not sure what's going on. The only thing I can see is that at the bottom of his eBay page, he's got that it's not in a retail box. Fair enough. Who
What
cares?
does that mean?
so save freight because they've just put it in
Brown
bubble
box. In bubble wrap, do you
Yeah.
reckon?
Yeah, just I'd say freight. It'll be probably the bigger box. Like the laptop, my Acer laptop's quite small. Like I can literally show you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's
It's
not in
really
a
thin.
massive box.
Like if you look at that, you'll see it's maybe a centimetre or so thick. Yeah,
Right.
the box this thing come in was about the size of my laptop in 1937, I think.
Yes. Oh, so that's the go, because I thought it was just going to be like an OEM sort
No,
of.
just
No, they
It's all
repackage it.
safe,
It's all
right?
safe. They just make it a smaller box.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Well, I'll send you guys the link, and you can have a look at it after the show. But well, it says you can extend the warranty, so I guess it's all legit. Because when I spoke to Lenovo today, I said, why should I buy from you at $300 more and not from old mate on eBay? And they did bring that warranty issue up. So
The thing is with most, whether it's IBM, Lenovo, HP, Acer, they don't want to sell direct. That's the thing. They want you to go to somebody who they deal through, and they want to buy from them because they don't want to have to deal with you. If there's a problem, they want you to take it back to the retailer. So most companies don't actually want to deal direct.
Yeah,
with
how
the
you
public
gonna take
anyway.
it back to
They
the
always
problem,
bring
mate?
up that warranty concern, but that's generally not a problem either. I mean, if the product basically. The basically worldwide warranties pretty much, if the product fails, regardless of where it's purchased, you should be able to get a warranty on it. Like we've never had a problem.
well, I can't see why, if the Yoga 2 Pro is available in Australia, right, from the proper channels, then it should be able to be serviced.
That's right, exactly. Regardless of where it's originally purchased.
That's right. So, but look, what the chances are something going wrong are probably remote. So
Especially in the first 12 months or whatever the warranty is, anyway.
that's right. And unfortunately, they're all sealed units. So look, I looked on YouTube to see how do you change a hard drive, and yeah, it's quite difficult. You've got to take the top and the keyboard off to get to it. It's not like a laptop.
The skinnier the laptops, the harder it is to.
That's
change
right.
hard
I mean,
drives.
even on this one, this is a probably a 6-month-old model now. I've had it about 3 or 4 months. This is an Acer, and it's completely sealed. Like traditionally Acers and stuff you could access them, but this one's fully sealed. It's got no access ports anywhere. To change the memory, the memory is the easiest thing to upgrade.
Yeah.
It's actually under the keyboard.
Yeah, memory's always the easiest.
Other
Because I
than
know
that,
that's the first thing you'll do.
like even now you can't
Yes,
there's no
that's
screws on
right.
the keyboard or anything now. It's all accessed through the back. I have to admit one thing. I know we're not really talking about laptops specifically. One thing I hate about new laptops, and they're all exactly the same regardless of which one I looked at, is this is so flimsy. Like you can bend the actual screen. You just push on it and the whole thing bends. It's so thin. There's no structural support there at all. And if anything's going to break, that's what it's going to be. It's going to completely crack that screen.
Well, look, I'll look if anyone's interested in which one at the eBay where I'm going to, send me an email, glenn@aussietechheads.com.au, and I'll send you the link to the one that I'm looking at. I'll put one in the chat room in the live lounge right now, so I think you guys can see that, can you? I don't know. Does it block links? I'm not sure.
Yes, it does.
Not if you're a mod, it shouldn't.
Okay, well, I'll put a link in there. Just
Well,
tell.
it's censored.
Oh, did
Oh,
it?
really?
Yep.
You'll have to enable linking, yeah. Put it in the show notes. Put it on the website.
There
People
you
know how
go.
to find it.
I'll try again. There
Put
you
on
go.
Skype. There you go.
All right, so have a look at that one. Look, it seems to be okay. It's right down the bottom.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. Same one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, 12-month back to base via Lenovo supplier parts and labour. So I don't know. It's got to be good, hasn't it?
Looks all right.
Yeah, it's all
Seems
right.
legit.
Yeah. We'll find out tomorrow when PA gets his. It's already posted.
Well, he's got 98% positive feedback, 1 star.
Yeah. Look, there is another one there. Look, I don't want to bang on for this for too much longer, but there is another one from. Oh, this actually might be the one. Is a better one actually. Actually, this could. Yeah, this is the one I'm going to actually buy from. This guy here. Sorry, guys, in the lounge and following. But if you send me an email, I'll get the right one first go, because that's just how it goes when you're not live. All right. So
Yep.
yeah, okay. So let's move on with the show. So that's the thing. So we'll give you a bit of a rundown next week, and if we got scammed, you'll hear me screaming before the show. Now, all right, recharge your phone. Speaking of phones, recharge them in 30 seconds. How's that sound? Sounds good. An Israeli company says it has developed technology that can charge a mobile phone in a few seconds using nanotechnology to synthesize artificial molecules. This joint StoreDot is based in Tel Aviv. Says has developed a battery that can store a much higher charge more quickly. The prototype is currently too bulky for a mobile phone. The company believes it will be ready by 2016 to market a slim battery that can absorb and deliver a day's power for a smartphone in just 30 seconds. So the fast charge phone would cost $100 to $150 US more than current models, and would be able to handle about 1,500 recharge-discharge cycles. I don't like when they start putting limits on them.
From when I was doing a bit of, I read about that a few months ago. Actually, it's actually on my company's website. I put it up there. It's more like a high power capacitor rather than a battery in the way it works. So it's sort of basically can instantly charge, or it can be slow charged, or it can instantly discharge or be slow discharged. It acts more like a capacitor than a battery. It does have a life cycle, but then again, all batteries have a life cycle anyway. So that's most batteries, they say, are about 1,000 cycles anyway. So
Yeah, okay, right. All right, now Shane, what are you doing over there? What sort of systems are you running these days? The same as before?
Yeah, this machine was a server for a while, but then I just changed it back to a desktop during the move.
You look at important with 3 monitors in front of your face.
Yeah, no, I've always had the 3 monitors, but in the old house, I could actually put the cameras and the lights and everything behind the desk.
Right.
Whereas because of a lack of power points and everything in this house, I've had to do what I'm doing, which is basically put the cameras and everything on the same side of the desk. Oh, mum. So yeah, hence the kind of casual kind of turnaround look that I've got tonight.
the you're interrupting me look. What do you want?
Yeah. Like
What do you want?
Walked in on the boss while he's up to something. Yeah.
That's right. Will, do you have any stories this week?
I have plenty, sir. Where should we start? All right, let's start with for a while, Twitter's sort of got all its followers, and then it sort of became difficult to use for a lot of people, complaining it became hard to use. A lot of new people put off by it. Well, apparently it must actually be quite difficult to use, because the social media's company, or Twitter's social media's chief financial officer, Anthony Noto, accidentally sent a private message publicly, so he sent it to everybody on Twitter. He tweeted the private message saying, "I still think we should buy them. He's on your schedule for December 15th or 16th. We'll need to sell him. I have a plan."
Yes.
So it's and people have been complaining, and he's been one of the few people who have said, no, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. We don't need, it's not confusing. Yeah, well, maybe you need to figure out how to send a direct message then, rather than sending your personal messages to the world. So, well done there, Twitter. That was
Yeah, Twitter's seems to be getting a bit. I don't know. It's getting a lot Facebook sort of UI. Do you think?
It actually reminds me of the old MySpace more than anything.
Oh God, MySpace.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
The old MySpace, not the new one, which is like Songspace now. It's all.
Oh yeah.
Stands.
Which no one uses.
No, I think we still got some shows up on MySpace when we were using it all those years ago. When it was all hip and happening. And
Yeah.
Before Facebook.
yes, exactly. Exactly, before Facebook.
6 months.
Now, Eric, did you have anything that you thought interesting, or are you just happy to comment?
I think the world is interesting, my friend.
You liar.
It is a very interesting world, isn't it? Now, when are you going to get a Lenovo laptop, Eric?
When am I going to get one?
Windows Pro 8.1.
When it stops getting sucked in by Mac.
The minute you get yours, leave it under your table for 6 weeks. Open it, doesn't work, send it back. That's when I
Hey,
get one.
this thing is going to be opened within 5 minutes.
I'm going to smack the truck driver in the face. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
I'm going to
That's
open
right.
it before I sign for it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm not signing for it if it's busted.
That's it. No, it's actually, people laugh, but that's actually, we do that at work. We get solar panels. And the first 2 shipments had 1 damaged panel in each one. So from now on, we make the driver stand there and wait, and we go open the container up
Fair
before the pallet up before we sign for it, because we're sick of it.
Yeah, okay.
And we've noticed since then, the last 2 shipments we've got haven't had any broken ones in it at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, once the people involved start complaining about time wasting, well, they'll soon send it up the line that things need to be fixed.
That's right.
Now, no more free apps in the App Store. Now, you would have followed this. You would have followed it if you're on our Facebook, facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads. I had a bit of a gripe this week when I opened up my iTunes, looked for an app, and they weren't free. Instead of the word free, it was get. I thought, what's this? It's going to get on my goat. This get damn thing. So
Stupid, bad grammar. Don't like it.
I know, and that's what my beef was. I thought it was a bad grammatical way of saying something was for free, which, let's face it, it is for free. But the in-app purchases has, I think, the EU, for one, has forced Apple's hand into changing their terminology from free to get. I don't like get.
Why? What's the EU done? Geez, they're a pack of Nazis.
Well, yeah, they must do pretty good in baby food over there. A lot of babies.
Oh no, they're just politically correct.
The thing is, though,
idiots.
the problem is they make all these rules and they don't bother enforcing it. Remember when they made the legislation that all mobile phones must have a mini USB connector or micro USB connector?
Yeah, what's happened to that?
Well, thank you, Apple. You've never bothered to follow that rule.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the
would.
new Samsungs have a USB 3 connector, so they support more data as well. But you can plug a standard adapter into it. But so apparently this legislation had to be followed, and everyone had to do it. And Apple went, no, screw you, and nothing's been done about it. So, I mean, what's the point of having a big, EU? Like, what's the point of having this if nobody's ever going to bother to do what they say anyway?
Well, Eric might know the answer to this question, and it is when you get your iPad and iPhone shipped to you, when you open the box, get it out of the box, sign up to the cloud, the iTunes store, it is by default, enter a password to get a free app on. Or can you just go hit free or now get?
No, it's always ask you for a password.
Because it goes through iTunes, doesn't it?
Yes.
Or uses the same,
Yeah,
They
so
want to know that because it registers your account that you've downloaded a free app.
yeah, so you have to opt in if you want that device to not ask you for a password every time.
Well, now I think if you've logged in, if just say for example you download something that's free, you put in password once. If you're redoing your phone and you're restoring it and you want to download something again, if you've had it before, it won't ask you for a password second time round.
Right, but it wasn't there a time delay? Like you could have it if you were to do the
15 minutes.
Yes, that's right. But yeah, I don't know. I just think
Android's not like that. With the Android, if it's free app, you just purchase it. You don't even need to have your phone signed into Google or anything. You can just purchase it straight out of the store. But it's only if you get either the in-game purchases or you purchase something that you need to be signed in.
But I can see where you get it for free, and you don't have to put a password in. I can get that then your little kitty or whatever goes into the app for free, no password, then has all these in-app purchases. So you're saying that in-app purchases
require a password.
Right.
But
Yes.
you can, the game itself doesn't, or the app itself doesn't. It's only once you do an in-app purchase. Once you've put it in the first time, you don't need it again.
Yes.
It won't time out or anything, but you needed to put it in that first time.
Yeah, look, I think there could have been a better way because, like, seriously, how long are they going to stick with get? Like, It's not right. But anyway,
Well, the Americans are known for butchering the English language. Don't forget that.
No, they don't. They butcher American.
oh, hang
That's
on,
right, yeah.
hang on. Shane's going to sing a song.
No, I'm just,
Are you lonesome tonight?
I'm just moving around because I was getting too much crap for looking
Well, now you-
uninterested.
Now you're going to get crap for holding the microphone.
Not
like-
only that, you're going to get a sore neck.
And a sore hand.
we don't have any compensation plans.
You're going to rock up to work in the morning with a sore neck and a sore hand. They're going to have what's wrong with you.
What have you been up to?
Those little blue pills.
Yeah. Well, what's all? Oh, I
Nothing
won't
worse than
say
you stuck
that.
one of those stuck in your neck, I tell you.
Now, earlier this year, Google removed the word "free" from its listings. Again, after the European Commission ruled that games advertised as free should not mislead consumers about the true costs involved. I mean, seriously, baby food skyrocketing over there because there's heaps of them. Earlier this year, Apple paid back $32.5 million to customers who were charged for unauthorized in-app payments following an investigation by the US Federal Trade Commission. Now, Shane, what device have you got? You still Android? Were you Android?
No, Android.
And still Android?
Yeah, I was Apple for a little bit, only because it was a work phone at the time. But yeah, no, I prefer. We're pretty much an Android family, to be honest.
Oh, okay, right. Well,
You must look funny.
That'll have a whole different meaning in 10 years' time.
all right. So, but look, in the iTunes store, like if you go to the free apps and have in-app purchases, you do get the small little writing under that in-app purchases exist. So you're aware of it. I just think, my gripe was the grammatically incorrect way to just get.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest problem. But I mean, what can if you're trying to make it one word? What would your options be?
Download?
Download.
But that's the same thing as free. It
Here's an
doesn't.
idea.
Their argument is
free.
that it doesn't give you any clue that it could potentially cost you money, which that's what they're saying. So if you say download, well, that's the same thing. You could download this, but it may or may not cost you money. So I kind of see what they're getting at, but it's still stupid.
Yeah. True, Will, true. What else you got while you're there? Or are you ready? Or are you doing something down there?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm always I'm multitasking. I'm like this. I'm like a really bad movie. So we're talking about Apple before, and just quickly, I guess should probably say that they've just hit $700 billion.
Again.
Yeah, a rise in Apple shares has pushed the market value of the trendsetting US tech icon above $700 billion, becoming the first company to hit the milestone. So there you go. But the one I was interested in is Samsung has suffered a huge loss with the flagship. Well, what they thought was going to be their flagship, which was the S5. They expected to sell. They expected to sell about 25 million, roughly, of the units. They've sold 12. I think part of and they're saying how they're going to have to start advertising more and start shuffling up their range to try and keep up with the cheaper phones like the Huawei's and things like that from China.
Well, we had a story last week, Will, that Samsung's cutting down on the sheer number of phones that they got out there.
Yeah,
models.
and that's what I was about to say. They're kind of looking at that, but part of the problem was, okay, they bought out the S5, which it's fine, but it's a great phone. There's nothing wrong with it. But the thing is, spec-wise, it's not really any different to my Note 3. And then they've just released the Note 4. So you've got, and while the S5 was out, the S4 was still available as well. And the S5 was dearer than the Note 4. So they've got to, they've got to cut down on their range. Or if they're going to have multiple ranges like that, you've got to have some distinguishing feature. Like we did speed tests between my Note 3 and my nephew's got a S5. And all benchmarking figures, mine come out in front, except video resolution, where his does 4K instead of 1080p, which big deal. It chews up the internal memory in 5 minutes. So realistically, like, what was the point? It's waterproof. That's the only difference. Okay, so let's take that waterproof technology. Let's throw that on the Note 4. You've got an identical phone, and you've only got one phone instead of having two that are exactly the same.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So look, I was just going to let you finish off on that story while I was looking for something, but looks like you finished a bit too soon. But
I can keep talking. It's not hard.
no, look, I'll go on. I'll go on to this. I think I've got a. Let's see if you know what this is. It's going to be a little tune. Okay. Hopefully, there's no ad before it. It's going to be a little tune. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Yeah. Activated.
Now, do you know
You wouldn't be talking about Toadie, would you?
about who?
About Toad.
No.
Toad and Toadette, no?
No, this is. I'll play again. I used to like this little tune.
Well, you're just a musical impresario. You are. You're like,
I know. I put my 8-bit glasses on just for it.
Good old 8-bit popcorn. Gotta love it.
Now look, it's got really nothing to do with the next story. I just like the music. No, it has actually. That was Pengo. If everyone used to play.
Pingo, that's right. Yeah, I used to love that game. I was trying to pick the name of it though. I used to play that all the time.
Yeah, so
most
Pengo.
of the Pengos I know are in jail.
Now the reason why
That's Pedro.
I brought the Pengo into it was because Will's favourite tablet is the Pendo. The Pendo.
Now tell
pad.
me, back on that, people that love Pendos and Pengos, would they be Pendophiles and Pengo-philes? Lover of Pendos?
Pedro files? I don't know.
Well, yes, you'd have to.
You're a massive Pengo-phile.
Now,
Yeah, and this is the only episode that cops listen to. Thanks for that.
the Pendo pad. Will did a review on the Pendo pad when it first came out.
5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago.
Exactly. And how successful was that review, Will? It was massive.
I'll tell you exactly how successful it was. It was, and it still is the rates every month as the most watched video on my channel after 5 years.
Well, there you
That's
go.
absolutely ridiculous.
Now, why I'm bringing up Pendo pad is because they keep coming out, new versions and everything. Now, there's a version that's come out. It's in Target right now, $179. Right? You think, oh yeah, that's all right, not too bad. But it's not Android. It's Windows 8.1. So it's a Windows 8.1 tablet. Now, the only reason that this also gets interesting is because now this can't seem to be confirmed. I don't know why this made it into a news story. So it must have happened, but there's been no links, or I couldn't Google to confirm this. There's nothing really going on. But anyway, the story goes that Coles has been reselling these things, which makes sense. Coles, Target, same sort of thing. So Coles has been reselling a Windows tablet for $89. So how cheap is that?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Harvey Norman's been doing one too.
What, a Windows?
Yeah,
For how much?
same price.
Oh,
89.
really?
Yep.
Well, there you go. Well, it must be true. I just thought this was a bit of a
Yeah,
one-off.
Sarah and Coles has been reselling Windows tablets for $89. How could you not find it? It's the first, second, and third Google search. It's a Pendo Pad 7-inch Windows
He uses
8.1,
Bing.
16-gig quad-core. That's right, he uses Bing.
Oh.
Microsoft tablets don't show up on their own search engine.
Or Yahoo.
No, I was using InfoSeek. Sorry. Now,
Dog pile.
Black Stump. Now,
So yes, it is. You are correct. It's the Pendo Pad 7-inch. It's running 4.4 KitKat. It's got 1 gig dual core processor, 7-inch touchscreen.
but that's Android.
Yeah, that's the one.
But this is Windows I'm talking about.
Yep, that's the one.
You just said Android. KitKat.
It either has 8.1 or
It's
4.4,
dual boot,
depending on
mate.
which one you
Dual
want.
boot.
Oh, jeez, what a little, what
It's
a
not dual
beast.
boot, but you can get it in either configuration.
What a beast. Well, anyway,
Dual boot piece of garbage.
looks like Will has got
That's
it
not
at.
too bad, actually. It looks like it's actually half decent specs. It comes with obviously Windows 8.1. It comes with the Windows one's different architecture. It
486.
comes with an Atom quad-core CPU, access to Office 365, yay, 16 gig memory. It also comes has Bluetooth, 1 gig of RAM, 2.5 2.5 amp hour battery. Has a 0.3 front camera for some stupid reason. No rear camera. Mini HDMI output, micro USB, micro SD, and weighs 262 grams. Not a bad deal for $69. And sorry, they also have a really. Coles also has a 1 gig version of that for $49. Running Windows 8.1.
And
$49?
Yep.
That's redonkulous.
Yep.
That's Tommy Redonkulous.
Oh my god!
So go and buy one, Eric.
I
Get
just
in-
gonna go
get
and
into
buy
it.
one of those so I can use them for a doorstop. And every now and again I'll pick it up and go, look, fellas.
You could use that as a picture or something. Put it on your shelf behind
I'm
you.
gonna buy one of them and get one of those cookbook stands and put it in the kitchen and use it
There
as
you
a
go.
cookbook.
Yeah, why not?
Which,
And-
incidentally, is what my original Pendo pad is still doing. After 10th of January 2011 was when I did the review, and it's had 68,000 hits, and it's still going strong on the original batteries and everything.
What's the name of this machine?
The new one.
The Coles one.
I just googled it. I don't know. It just says.
It's a Pendo.
Yeah, it's a Pendo tablet, but
It's a Pendo Pad Windows 8-inch tablet.
if you Google Coles Windows tablet, it'll be the first result. It's a CRN Australia link.
Now you
It's the easiest
might
one.
remember that why this is so cheap is Microsoft is getting rather active in this space because they are giving
got
away
a lot of catching up to do.
Well, yes, yeah, basically that would be true. But they're giving away the Windows the operating system if you put it onto a device. I think under 9 inches. Was that right?
Oh well, I'm
Something
out.
like that.
Yeah, there's a 7 and an 8.
Yeah.
Although, interestingly, it doesn't seem... Okay. I think I found a problem with it.
Yeah.
Both the Windows version doesn't have 3G or 4G. It also does not have Wi-Fi.
What?
What's the point of that?
Well, there's no point with that. In that. That's
From
useless.
what I can tell,
It's got to have at least Wi-Fi on it.
Look,
nothing in the spec sheet says it has Wi-Fi.
Look, there's
How are you
one.
going to download anything? And
Because it comes with luckily it comes with a
Office
terabyte
360
of lucky it comes with a terabyte of OneDrive storage then.
if you can access Office 365 and you hasn't got Wi-Fi or 4G, well, hey, how's that going to happen?
Oh
It has
no! Look,
Bluetooth,
if you look
which
in
means
this,
you could Bluetooth
look
it
in the
to
small print. The small print. External floppy drive available.
Floppy drive. I
Five-
know. They're going to start bringing out the
actually a
zip
zip
disks
drive.
again.
It's a 250 meg zip drive.
Nah, it's a Jazz. They've
Yeah.
upgraded.
Jazz,
Zip drive. Oh.
Now, yeah, go and look at Target. They've got them online in their online catalog, and they'll probably have more
Yep.
specs. I just
One,
didn't.
they're one,
didn't
the
capture
price on
the
the Target
specs.
site is $179.
And what's it say about Wi-Fi?
That's for the 8-inch. And also Toshiba has one called the Encore for $119.
And what does it say about Wi-Fi?
I'm looking now. I haven't got that far yet.
So until we'll report back on Wi-Fi, but until we hear that report, stay away from them. You know this Lenovo laptop I'm getting? It's got dual band.
Hang on, look at this. Pendo Pad 8 gig 7-inch green plus Pendo keyboard bundle. It's $99.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell Eric's so tempted. He's going to get one tomorrow.
No.
Now, Shane, what do you think of those Pendos?
Well, they're priced pretty cheap for.
Are you going to
probably
become a
reason.
pendophile?
Yeah. I reckon the hardware's probably pretty ordinary.
You're right. Quality of
It's
make.
a quad core Atom. It's
Build
a
make
it's
might be. I
It's
think
a
the
quad
build make
core
might be dodgy.
1.6, so it's not horrible.
Oh no, it might be the hardware quality
Just
of
the
actual
quality,
make.
yeah, just the
of
quality.
make.
Oh, well. I mean, Pendo's always made. But as I said, the tablet I've got is 5 years old and it's still going. So, and that was cheap and nasty even back then.
Well,
so it can't be too bad.
I can't believe there's no Wi-Fi. Seriously.
I mean, there may
Probably-
be, it might be on there. It just doesn't list it in the spec sheet. It's strange that it would list Bluetooth and
you
it
know,
list all
it's
this other stuff.
They give you a tin can with some string.
Yeah.
It's possible. I know what you can do, like with the early Pendo. You could get the 3G one that didn't have Wi-Fi but had Bluetooth, or the non-3G one that had Wi-Fi, no 3G, no Bluetooth. But you could use a USB dongle to give you Wi-Fi. So maybe they've kept that tradition. I don't know. I'm looking through to see if I can find that now.
All right. Well,
FM radio.
you what?
It's got an FM radio.
Really? That's all right.
That's for the Android one, but
Oh,
no
right.
Wi-Fi.
I'd say that Wi-Fi is probably a given, so they just haven't bothered listing it.
Anyway,
Oh,
must
good.
be.
It's no Wi-Fi compatible.
Must
There you go.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, you know,
Yeah.
I'm getting this Lenovo comes with the dual band wireless, so it's 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz. How good's that? Eh?
Then you need to buy a dual band router and you'll be set.
Yeah, I've already got one. Will I've got the
Well,
app,
give it-
Eric,
give it-
the Apple Airport
Yeah, mate. What about it?
5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi.
What?
Yeah,
What are you
baby.
talking about?
the airport.
Oh, the Airport Express. Yeah,
Yes.
they're brilliant.
Yeah, 5.8 gigahertz.
Is it really?
Yes. So you can hook your iPhone 5.8. You can hook your phone up to the airport 5.8 power. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
the Wi-Fi?
I don't know. When you figure it out, let me know, will you?
You know the Wi-Fi frequency.
Yes.
Well, you know how it's normally generically on 2.4.
Yes.
Well, the Airport Express is 5.8 as well.
Yes. And?
So is the iPhone. Was it
Yeah.
they're faster throughputs?
Oh, I see. So you can, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, you're right. It is faster. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about now.
So like a
Yeah.
gig a second or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. All
Yeah,
right.
on my laptop, because I think it's on the same frequency as the new Express, on Wi-Fi, I'm getting 70 down.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Mm.
You must be hooked up to the 5.8 or whatever it is.
Yep.
What are you going to use that for, though? I mean, I get, 50 down or something on normal Wi-Fi. So, and I mean, running Blu-ray rips of videos on that without a problem. So, I mean,
I don't really need it, Will. I just like to say that mine is faster.
No.
Yes.
No, but I'm just curious. Like, I guess if
Basically,
you're doing
same here.
a data transfer, maybe, but gee, you'd very rarely need those sort of speeds.
Well, I've got 3 kids in this house who go through bandwidth like you have no idea.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Well,
That's-
I just want it because it's there. I want it.
I want it because I can say mine's faster than yours.
But look, if you've been interested in the Pendo tablet, what about just quickly the Kogan launches a 329 Windows laptop? Okay.
Oh, that'd be a piece of garbage.
It'd be, I bet you, their last laptop was very much similar to a Medion, so it wouldn't surprise me if this one's the same.
Kogan is selling the Windows 8.1 laptop price at $329. Oh, bargain. Called the Atlas. Kogan Atlas X1510. The laptop is powered by 2.1 gigahertz Intel Pentium N 3540 processor, 4 gig DDR RAM, Intel HD graphics processor, 500 gig hard drive. Won't be
Spinning
SSD.
disk.
Yes.
Won't be a spinning disc.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Packet of
let's
cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, fine. Who cares? Been living with them for years. So the Kogan X550, yeah, so it's got everything. Resolution 1366 by 768. That might be a bit down. USB 3 ports. Battery life over 9 hours, they reckon. That's probably just sitting there asleep. The device lands, budget territory like Acer, Dell, and Asus. Pushing Chromebooks between $318 and $399. Kogan entered the smartphone market this year, releasing the Agora 4G for $229. Yeah, so there you go. So they're
Getting cheaper. They're very cheap. I'll tell you what. I don't know if this is going to make Apple push their iPads down in price because it's got a lot of features on it.
Look, I think Apple just they'll keep they're in their
The
own little
build quality
thing.
of their hardware is so good,
Yeah.
though.
They're in
that-
their own little thing. I think the what Windows has got to do, and obviously by giving the Windows away, that they just want to be in the space. Like if you go to the shop, mum and dad, they're going to go, oh, Windows, Android. Oh, well, yeah, I've got Windows at home, so I don't know what this Android thing is.
I'm just looking
gonna
at this
grab the Windows.
Kogan laptop. I'll tell you what, it's old technology. It's running a 4 gig dual channel 133 megahertz RAM, which is old, DDR3.
Very old.
It's running a quad core 2.1, the mobile processor, which is ancient. It's got Intel HD graphics, which is the most basic graphics you can get. It's
is
running a 500
512.
gig, 5400 RPM hard drive, which is ancient.
Slow. Yeah.
Ancient,
Yeah,
Slate up like anything.
1366 by
Like
1366 by 768 res, which is
Low.
pretty low
That's
res.
low.
15.6 inch screen, which is standard for these days. Again, they're going back to that size. It is running
Imagine how
Bluetooth
bad the res
4.
would be on a 15-inch screen with those specs. It'd be like looking at an 8-bit screen. It'd be horrible.
Yeah.
You're just not allowed to. Well,
I mean, it would be okay if you had a kid who was off to uni or whatever and they wanted just a laptop to take the class. It'd be fine for that.
you know
you know,
what?
You're wearing glasses after a week, though.
You know.
Well, you're not really, you're only typing on it.
You know why that they don't come with Wi-Fi? Those Pendo
Why?
pads. As soon as you load something on it, they'll crash. You're not allowed to
Mm.
put stuff on them.
That's right.
That's it.
That's why I said doorstop.
Australian government rolls out cybercrime reporting site. If you know someone, what was that hurt for? So you know.
Can you report the government?
So, so if you know someone who's doing some naughty stuff in the lines of like,
But no one's going to dob anyone in.
why not? They do it all every day at Centrelink and tax office. Every day.
Yeah, but
I need to start minute for them.
this,
No.
this is different. When you dob someone in for stealing federal funds, it directly affects you because, if everyone's ripping the system off, we all go broke. But when someone's streaming a video,
Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't think it's not more. It's not for that. It's like more. Well, look, they launched a new website. It's
all
called
crimes is what you're saying.
it's called Acorn, and it's the Australian Cybercrime Online Reporting Network.
That's Stan's last name.
enable the
Stan
public
Acorn.
to report. They're probably right. We should run with that. That's pretty
What's
funny.
wrong with that? I think we should have a new show.
You know, Acorn's an
And,
old.
and you'll
an old
present
English.
us Stan Acorn.
The website will enable the public to report cases of cybercrime and also offer information to the public on how to avoid such attacks. Now, we're looking at crime in the likelihoodnesses of identity theft and online fraud. So that's where it's not streaming.
This is where they fall wrong on it. Good idea, and it might work. The form will take 15 minutes to fill in. Sorry.
And then it'll go, no, you must only use Internet Explorer 5 for this.
Well, maybe where the
Sorry, only works with Explorer 4.
well, maybe where the online fraud comes into it is the $1.5 million cost of it.
Yeah, there you go. There's a government fraud right there. Dob them in. Dob it into. I want to dob you in for wasting our money on this garbage.
Yeah. Oh, how did you? Just as a side note, how'd you like old mate telling the submarine people they couldn't build a canoe?
Who said that?
I was a minister for something or other. He's up in the Senate, and he's going, I don't think the ACS could build a canoe. And then, Penny Wong got all her knickers in a knot, and he had to half apologise, and it was pretty funny.
Got her men's knickers in a knot.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. All right. Will, what else have you got, please?
Well, speaking of the government involved in cybercrime, I mean, there's a rain virus. The most sophisticated virus ever released. It's just been bought out. It's just been noticed by.
It's just been released as in beta form by the CIA.
It's been noticed by Symantec, which makes me wonder how many other virus companies have been told to keep it quiet. Basically, it can everything from taking screenshots, controlling cursors, stealing basically passwords, everything that happens on your computer. It gets installed as a Windows update. That's how it finds its way in. Among other ways, it can also be bought in by.
I know
they're
going to be planting that over in the Middle East. They're getting those ISIS blokes. That's what they're using. That.
It's called. They call it RAIN, REGIN. I think that's how the video I was watching said RAIN anyway. I don't know, but it's a highly sophisticated software. It's believed to have been created by a government. It took months, if not years, to create because it's so sophisticated. It's designed to attack individuals and small businesses as well as private companies, government entities, and research institutes. Telcos have also been infected, allowing hackers to gain access to phone calls. Security at Symantec said it looks like it comes from a Western organisation. It's the level of skill and expertise and length of time over which it was developed. It can be infected numerous ways, including fake internet sites, instant messenger programs, low-key things like that. It can also be installed as fake Windows updates. It basically has targeted... it's been spying on all these other countries, predominantly Saudi Arabia and Russia. Now, the main countries they've found this virus, although Pakistan, Austria, Belgium, Iran, Afghanistan, India, Ireland, and Mexico have also been discovered to have this virus. Basically, it pretty much saying it's an intelligence gathering software. It's designed for one purpose, and it's a collection of data and continuous monitoring of targeted organisations.
Now, I didn't mention Acorn's web address. It's acorn.gov.au. Sorry, we'll keep going.
Yeah, go and report them for creating their own virus. So basically, this is just another, intelligence gathering thing that some governments released. And given the fact that America and the EU is not on that chart, I'm probably going to go with either America or EU as the ones that designed it. So, yeah.
Probably.
So just be aware of that if you're... I was going to say, if your computer's infected with it, but you don't know way of knowing because they're going to keep it quiet and they'll just pay off anybody who finds it. So, yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, they're not going to find anything on my computer anyway.
Just don't ever be on the internet ever, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
Move into a cave.
That's right, exactly.
Go Amish.
Yes. Now, what else has been going on over there with you, Shane?
I just want to actually ask some questions in relation to that last story. Did does it say, because the stories that I've heard about it said that it's been around since 2008, but I couldn't kind of clarify whether it was all operating systems, just Windows, or what the story was with that.
No, you're talking about virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cross-platform. It doesn't care. It can run as it can be run as a JavaScript. It can be run as a Silverlight script. It can be run as a Flash. It can be run as pretty much anything. So it's cross-platform. It also affects mobile devices. You name it, it can infect it.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Did you say a few questions or one question, Shane?
No, mainly that one.
Okay, good. we can move on.
You look like you're in a plane cockpit, Shane.
But he's looking the wrong way, which is a bit concerning.
That's right.
He's gonna
For God's sake.
He's gonna get some decorations for next week.
I'm thinking of moving things around. I've got I used to have a camcorder camera.
Mate.
What
What about a big power board?
Yeah, one of those.
No, but now I'm just using one. I think you guys use it as well. I'm using one of those C920 cameras. I think it is.
Oh yeah.
C9, what's a C920?
Yeah, I think mine's a C920.
The Microsoft ones.
Logitech.
Logitech. Yeah, 920, 620, something like that. So I might whack it on top of one of the monitors. The only thing was I didn't really know what I was going to do with the lighting, but I might sort something out.
The lighting's all right from here.
Yeah, lighting's good. It's great.
Yeah, it's only because I've got a big fluoro thing down there.
Right.
Down there.
Oh, it's shining up.
And it's shining up off the wall.
Is it getting a bit hot in there?
No,
Fluoros don't get hot.
No.
Who don't?
Fluoros don't get hot.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
I like LEDs. I found some specs on this tablet so we can finally put the whole Wi-Fi thing to
Put it
rest.
to bed.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a 1366 by 768 screen, 195 pixels per inch, which is higher than the Apple iPad Mini without Retina. It's has a Intel Atom quad-core 1.3 gig processor. It's running 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig storage. Connection options are pretty standard with 802.11 BG and Wi-Fi, micro USB, mini HDMI, and micro SD.
Which
So
one's
there
that
we
one
go.
there?
That's
one's that one?
that's the Windows tablet,
From which
the
store?
8-inch. Oh well, the Coles one or whatever.
Right.
So they do have Wi-Fi. There you go.
Now, someone's just said in the chat room I've just read that they've wanted us to remove the bong. Now, who are you talking to?
What?
Oh,
Remove the bong in the background.
Whose?
Can you?
We've
Can you
all
please?
got one. Who are you talking to?
Can you please elaborate and we'll deal with it.
More specific.
Now, Osmoz Sid, please elaborate. Now, okay, Queensland Transport to replace core registration says. Now, look, this is a totally boring story. I just brought it in because I just thought, do you know how much registration is worth to a state government, and particularly Queensland, because this is where the stat's coming from.
Oh, Shane.
Do you know, Will, without looking, without cheating, what the revenue for Queensland registration, car rego, truck rego licenses?
$3.
Well, the bastards get $3,000 a year off me, or $2.5 grand off me. So there you go.
Well, there is 3.4 million driver's licenses, 4.6 million vehicle registrations, and 2.8 billion in revenue.
Yeah.
Massive, isn't it? Massive.
You're lucky they want to put tolls on every road.
What do they do with it all?
Oh, they're giving it. They've got to try and do all the wrongs that Anna put in place.
Did you hear their latest? The latest idea was every major road, or actually every road, and it was going to be divided up into groups, was going to be sold off to private organisations who were allowed to put tolls on the road, and they could do whatever they want with them. And it wasn't just major roads; it was the street you live on. They were going to turn them all into toll roads and charge you a toll for every road you drive on.
Remember that
That's
Seinfeld
ridiculous.
episode where Kramer was the road looker after, caretaker of the road or something?
The parker used to park the cars.
No, he became like
The
cleaner, the looker
adopted a road, adopt a highway.
that's it, adopt a highway.
Your job to keep it clean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So he adopted a highway, and then he goes, the lanes are too narrow. So he got out one night and painted the center lines off.
This Business class,
Made
baby.
it one big lane. Oh, it was a funny episode if you like Seinfeld. It was a crack up. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, but the other part of that story, tech-wise, was that they're replacing their aging IBM mainframe system. So, which was
God.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
they're probably going to go from 9.5-inch floppies to 3.25.
They might do that.
Government waste.
Oh, hang on, no, sorry, that's the nuclear silos. My bad.
Yeah. No, they are talking about government waste and how they're going to update this and update that. They just the amount of money they
Yeah, because they
Well,
do
it's
enough. They do enough work to need a fast computer.
Go and have a look. Look up the submarine thing, Eric. It's pretty like this guy gets in there frustrated out of his brain because the thing was overspent, over budget by 300 million, and he said, to my reckoning,
Of course he is.
Yeah, to my reckoning, it's more like 600 million. He said he
Always
jumps up
double.
and says they couldn't build a canoe, and then the whole house falls down. And everyone's up in arms. Like, if you're over budget by 600 million, have a look at yourself.
Yeah,
Now-
exactly.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
a look at
Hot
yourself.
ball in the kettle black. Idiots. Hate them. I hate all government. They're
more-
hopeless.
Yes.
It's maybe it's just completely coincidental that a multi-million-dollar deal has been struck with Microsoft to allow Queensland government to move out of the dark ages and into the 21st century with their computers. The
Yeah.
Information Technology Minister Ian Walker said on Thursday the government negotiated a deal that will save $13.7 million over 3 years. It doesn't say how much he spent to do the deal.
Oh, they're hopeless.
So basically, I think that's probably why they've decided to upgrade all their computers, because Microsoft said, hey, you can't run Windows 8 on this, you need a new computer.
Okay, so vinyl records and okay, I've had a correction. I'm calling Osmo Sid wrong. It is Osmo Sid. Sorry, I'll tell him Osmos or something. I don't know, like osmosis. I thought it might have been. Anyway, vinyl record sales hit 18-year high. Ooh.
Yeah, they're coming back.
They are coming back, Will. More than one
Which is good, because I can get my collection out now and I won't look old.
in the UK. This is a UK story, but UK so far this year, the first time the milestone has been achieved since 1996. Earlier this month, now for obvious reasons, why Pink Floyd, The Endless River, became the fastest selling vinyl since 1997 is because probably people who like Pink Floyd have still got records. The official chart company told...
Or they're in hospital.
The official chart company told the BBC it will soon launch a weekly vinyl chart. So the BBC's coming back out with the official chart company is going to release the vinyl chart. That's interesting. Pink Floyd's... Yeah, okay. So Pink Floyd topped the chart with the fastest selling vinyl since 97, but, that's pretty small. They topped the chart, but they only had to sell 6,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean,
good one.
that's only that'd be what, in America or in the UK or something?
UK.
In the UK, yeah, but they probably sold, 50,000 in the States and, 2,000 in Australia. But the thing is, like, so many artists now are actually releasing vinyl. It's actually becoming a big thing. There's actually I can't think where it is. It might be in Sydney. I got a complete blank. But there's actually a record press in Australia, and they've gone back into a 24-hour operation again because they actually can't keep up with the demands.
Yeah, right. Well, earlier this week...
My nephew actually, he works in a studio up north, and just about every artist they record, they also send a master off to get pressed in records.
Well, earlier this week, One Direction celebrated passing 1 billion total streams on Spotify.
And your point?
There's a lot of sad
No one
kids
still
out there.
cares.
The fact that you even mention One Direction is just, like, depressing.
Is that the
People
first
still
time?
don't care.
Is that the first time that's been mentioned on this show? Can we erase
Yes.
that?
Ever.
Hopefully it's also the last. Although while we are
Done.
speaking about One Direction, I heard an interview the other day, and they were saying that they earn, like, some stupid amount, like $2 million a day or something, just
They
for
earn a lot
being
of
them.
money. Yeah, they earn a lot of money.
Now, Will, while you're there, have you got any stories to end off with that you need to? Get out
There's
in
a couple quickly. I'm playing that. Speaking of 8-bit games like you were before, Nintendo's made a shocking announcement, apparently, that its most beloved characters doesn't identify along gender binary. Apparently, Toad, who is Mario's buddy in classic games like Super Mario Bros. 2, has long been assumed to be male, but he's actually genderless. And he has a friend, Toad, and Toadette, who are not boyfriend and girlfriend. They're actually what do they call them? No, I just found it funny because they gave them a new name. Where's it? So I can't. They call them traveling partners.
Where's this? Who's this?
For the Isle of Lesbo.
Nintendo.
Nah, look, it's crazy. On one hand, look, because they're banning in the EU, they're banning Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Because they don't know if he's a boy or a girl.
That's right.
It's going to confuse
And
the kids.
Humphrey B. Bear has been asked to put pants on.
Yeah. So you got banned Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, but that was a 90-year-old dude. I'd ask him to put pants on too.
They're banning the Pooh because they don't know what gender he is. And then you get crackpots out here saying that in schools you're not allowed to refer to boys and girls.
What do you say?
You got to call them young children of the classroom or something because they don't want to be gender identifiable.
Although, actually, ironically...
Hang on a minute. That's just double standard.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You got crackpots over there trying to put Winnie the Pooh into the grave, and you've got crackpots over here saying the opposite same thing. The opposite.
If someone ever tells
crackpots.
me don't say girls and boys, call them children, I will take them out the back and have a nice chat to them straight to the throat.
And you can sing Bar Bar Rainbow Sheep while you're doing it.
That's right. No, I'll be singing Baba Black Sheep, and I'll sing them Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, the original version.
Yeah, right. Yes. Well, that's the
And I
only
will
one I know.
sing them a whole host of things until their ears bleed.
Yeah.
And they all go politically,
And then punch him in the neck.
That's right.
With a toothpick. And just another quick story. We all know well, you may not know, the PS Vita is the handheld, obviously Sony handheld gaming console that's got buttons on the back and you get all touchy-feely with it. They've just released an ad, and you guys will have to go to YouTube to check this out because I'm not sure if I should be scared or entertained by this ad. But effectively, it's their new PS Vita ad. It's the ad starts off, depicts a sexy female doctor who appears to accuse the viewer of masturbating too much, and then there's lots of pouts and seductive looks. But then, as the guilt flows over you, the doctor tells you not to worry. Everyone's doing it, and you can even do it with me.
Nice.
It's not until the end of the ad you figure out that they're talking. You have to watch it. It's certainly, and they've already put ironic. They pulled it off their, They took it down from their YouTube channel, not long, like an hour after it went up, which of course was enough for millions of people to see it.
Yeah.
People say it was a really bad attempt at marketing, and yet it's had how many millions of views already on YouTube. So
That's how it works.
yeah, it's but if you want a good laugh, it's certainly interesting. Interesting ad
Yes.
as far as these things go.
All right. Well, I think it's about time we got out of here. Look, I've just got one more just to throw around. Steve Jobs, the movie, the biopic that based on the book by what's his name, Walter Isaacson. Apparently, Sony's dumped it. Picked up by Universal. Just I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. But the movie is being played by Michael Fassbender, great actor, by the way. Doesn't look anything like Steve Jobs, so they're going to have to do quite a bit of makeup.
Yeah, the studio Universe been reported to pay $30
Plus, he's English.
million. Yeah, right.
Close.
Okay. Now, apparently, the Sony hadn't explained why it pulled out, though it had reportedly struggled to fit the film into its schedule. Really?
Really?
That's the poorest.
All two movies they've got
Hang on
on
a
this year.
minute. Compared to all the garbage that they're turning out every year,
Yeah.
they couldn't fit a good movie into their schedule?
But
Or maybe
not-
that's their policy. We only make crap.
They
Yeah,
don't have room for good movies. That's Disney.
We don't have
by the way.
room for good movies. That's a bit too highbrow for us. We're going to come out with Godzilla.
but I mean, that's just it doesn't ring true or doesn't make sense on so many levels. And my level was the way I interpreted that was like, so what are you saying? Like, are they saying that? Look, this movie. Well, they're not saying this movie is going to make so much money. Look, we can't make it for 2 years. I'll just get rid of it.
Oh, it's only going to
You
rake
know?
in $1 billion.
Yeah,
Let's
but
not make
why
it.
sell it? Why get rid of it? Because it won't fit into your schedule. Like, so obviously they got no faith in it. That's what they're saying. They got no faith in the movie. That's what they're really saying.
Get some decent directors and producers in there and sack all the idiots.
Maybe they got
What are they
some.
making? They're busy making Transformers or some garbage.
Yeah, no, that's Universal. They made Universal as Transformers.
No, that was Jurassic Park revisited or whatever the hell the new one is.
Who cares
I'll
anyway?
be watching that.
Who cares? Now, more importantly, Shane, are you coming back or what are you doing? Are you just here for tonight? or are you going to pop in every now and then? We're going to have to start rotating you people.
Yeah, it'll be kind of sort of 1 week at a time until we get fairly settled in the house and I get me sort of set up, really working properly. I'm going to change things around based on the feedback that I got tonight.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, your position at your desk is fine. You just need a PowerPoint there back there. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to, because I've got one of those camera thingies that can actually sit on top of the monitor, I'm just going to do that. It's just that I'm running out of monitors.
No, you've only got 100.
You've only got 3,000 of them.
No, it's all right at the moment because I'm not doing any recording. But if I was doing recording, that would be on one monitor. Then I've got the show notes on another monitor. Then I've got the person that I'm talking to on another monitor. There's me 3 monitors gone already.
Jeez,
that's
a bit
it.
scary.
I'm down to 2 at the moment. How do you think I feel? I'm used to 6.
But
2 just ain't going to cut it.
That movie that we were just talking about, is that the one where it's all around backstage scenes of product launches and all that kind of thing, or?
I don't know. But what's this?
There was a movie that they were going to make about Steve Jobs that was all around backstage.
They made one with Aston Kutcher. Go and watch that one. That was quite good. But this is the
I've
main
seen
one.
that one.
This is the one that was based on the actual book.
Yeah, I'd heard. Is this the same one that Wozniak was involved in, like in the early stages of it?
What do you mean? What, as a character or as a writer?
No, as a consultant kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it's going to be the whole thing. It'll take it. See, the one that Kutcher was in took it right up to 2001, which is when the iPod was released, I think. So that was
yes,
from all the way from start to nearly going broke and being called back, and all the way to the big release of the iPod. This one will take it right up to pretty much his death.
Right. Now, if you're also interested in other good television, some might disagree, but there's last week on the ABC, probably still on the iView, there's been some countdown documentary or so forth. I think Julia Zamaria, whatever her name is. Zamira. Go and have a look at those. That was a good documentary. And also coming up this week on Max.
What was the documentary on again?
Countdown.
Oh, Countdown. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
and coming up this week on Max on Foxtel, there's a Molly Meldrum biography. And it's apparently authorised by Molly, so there's going to be a lot of good stuff in that as well if you're into that sort of thing. And face it, he won an award, didn't he, at Arias this week? I know.
Who did? Molly. Yeah, Hall of Fame.
Oh, good on him. I knew he won an award. Didn't know what it was for, but yeah,
Hall of Fame.
But good on him.
Just back on the ABC, even though I hate them because they're communists, but they do have a good show called Upper Middle Bogan. Go and watch it.
Oh yeah. Yes. All right. So I think that's about all we've got time for this week. So thanks, everyone. You can reach us all at the email addresses, as you all know, Glenn, Eric, Shane, with a Y, Will, Jason at aussietechheads.com.au. Don't forget the radio, aussietechradio.com. Don't forget the paper, aussietechheads.com.au/paper. And the hosting, athwebhosting.com.au. So thanks, everyone in the lounge. You've been quite active down there this week.
I know, big crowd in tonight. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, Shane, they want you back. They
want you bad, baby.
They want you bad, man. Shane, you are cool.
They want you back. They don't want you front.
Just your back. You got to be back to your camera next week.
Yeah, like Sia does.
Yeah, that's right. She won an award too. She's going all right too. Did she face up to the camera at the awards? Probably not. Probably really
She didn't show up. That's how much she turned her back on him.
Yeah, it just didn't show. All right. Okay, let's get out of here. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lounge. Thanks for downloading. And hopefully the video will turn out. So thank you. We'll see you all next week. Bye for now. Ta-da.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.